Hey folks, welcome to another edition of 3 Count Broadcast. I'm your host, Big Papa Trav.
I'm King Golden.
And we're going to talk about what happened on Smackdown tonight. The show opens up with Shane McMahon talking backstage on his phone, and Elias walks in, and he's just apologizing like crazy. You know, about what happened with Roman Reigns at Money in the Bank, trying to make excuses about what happened in the squash match and everything like that. I know all you guys don't know about some of the lingo out there, but squash means he just got whooped really fast, guys. So Elias just tells Shane, you know, that they all deserve better. Him and his family, they all deserve better and whatnot. And he said he's gonna be in Shane's corner at the Super Show, and Shane's like, nah. I don't need nobody help. I got this. But he's gonna be in his corner for tonight's main event against Roman Reigns, the rematch from Money in the Bank, and that made Elias pretty happy. So he said he's gonna go wait for Roman Reigns, and then when we open the show, we get right out to the crowd, out to the ring, and we get the New Day. The New Day is out there, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, WWE champ. And they have an announcement. And they said after 6 long weeks, your boy Big E was back. And so they bring out the hooded figure, and they open it up. And it's not Big E. It is not Big E. And they're like, who are you? Yeah, they're like, who are you? Get your butt out of here. And blah, blah, blah. Guy was throwing pancakes and everything. And it was kind of funny what the announcers were saying. They were like, looks like he got left in the dryer. And stuff like that. It was pretty funny, guys. It was really, really funny. It's one of those things I do hope you get a chance to check it out. On demand.
Just some indie bum. Just some indie bum.
Yeah, but he got his little 15 minutes of fame. But then they do try it again, and all of a sudden they said, "Let me introduce Big E," and then you hear him come over the loudspeaker, and he does his thing, and out comes Big E. And man, that was a sight for sore eyes because I missed Big E. There was something special about Big E and having those three together. So that was a great thing, a good thing to see them all together in the ring again and having fun and doing their thing. But with that, we have the party poopers come out with Kevin Owens running his mouth and Sami Zayn running his mouth. And, Sami Zayn ends up challenging Kofi. And Kofi accepts and saying he's going to run through him. And so that's where it pretty much ends the beginning of SmackDown. And they go over, the night's main events and matches and everything like that. And then we see Carmella. She's backstage looking for R-Truth, just looking for him. Hey, you seen R-Truth? Yada, yada, yada. And Drake Maverick, she asks, have you seen him? Because everybody named Mama's looking for R-Truth now that he's the 24/7 champ, or Hardcore 2.0 as I like to call it. And he's passing out flyers and everything, so she's searching for him. And all of a sudden, she finds somebody in a blonde wig looking like Daenerys from Game of Thrones. And she sees that that's R-Truth, and she's like, "Hey, why are you trying to hide? Like, that is a bad wig. You can't be hiding like this." She's like, "Well, why'd you come here anyway?" He's like, "I need your help." So she agrees to help him, and then we get into the matches. So where was the first match there, Golden?
We got Ali versus Andrade, which was a very good match. I believe this match went over 10 minutes. Ali took some very hard shots from Andrade. He took some very hard falls, and He took the hard falls. He took a lot of punishment, and in the end, Ali won the match. And what do you think of this match?
Well, both of them coming off of a grueling ladder match from Money in the Bank. I think that they both did wonderful. They both, just pulled out some spots out of the just like, I can't believe they were doing some of the things that they did tonight. From coming from the ladder match. I mean, I definitely would not have been doing those things. But as an ex-professional wrestler, you sort of forget about the pains when the adrenaline's flowing through you. Yeah, you might feel it once that adrenaline wears off, but when that adrenaline's flowing through you, you don't feel any of those pains. So, I definitely see why they did those moves that they did tonight. But, like I said, coming off the Money in the Bank ladder match last night, man, I can't believe they did that. I mean, Ali's crazy, and I feel bad that he got hurt, and but at the same time, I'm glad that he did get hurt, because Kofi did end up taking the spot and getting the belt and everything. And I don't think Ali would have gotten the same reception as Kofi would have, just because he hasn't been around and hasn't had the hearts like Kofi has with the people. But I think Ali's does show potential to be future down the line greatness, and Andrade, by no shadow of a doubt, is a great wrestler himself. So yeah, with the series of stuff that they did, I definitely give this match a 10 out of 10 as well. Just like Cesaro and Ricochet last night, those two just pulled it out, man. And I definitely like what I saw.
And I believe, doesn't Andrade have a Intercontinental title match against Finn Balor at Super Showdown?
No, he doesn't. He has a match against the Demon. He has a match against the Demon.
Oh, he has a match against the Demon. Okay,
yeah,
so this
against the Demon. So he's gonna lose.
This was supposed to be a warm-up match, but this actually puts a dent in his This puts a dent on his road to his title match against the Demon.
Well, there's no match against the Demon. The Demon's pretty much a squash. So unless they're gonna screw up the Demon mystique, which I wouldn't put it past WWE to do that. Don't look for Andrade to win at all.
Yeah, good luck going into that match.
Yeah. Yeah, but then we see another, after that match, after the Ali match, we see another backstage segment with Carmella and R-Truth. This time, she's got him in a better wig, doing his makeup and everything, and gives him a bra. This time, she's helping him hide out. And she's got a match next with Mandy Rose. It's a little bit payback from the injury that she's had from that she got during Money in the Bank.
So he's wearing this wig, and he's wearing this wig, but yet he's still wearing the 24/7 belt.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. But
yeah, so he's not doing a good job trying to hide.
No, not at all. But one of the things that I found kind of funny is, after leading up to this match between Mandy Rose and Carmella, is after the match last night, they started shooting on each other on Twitter, like going back and forth. And Carmella, she went like hard at her. She did a real big shoot. And she was talking, and she erased this tweet like pretty quickly, but it was still out there. And once it's out there, people are gonna screenshot it, people are gonna know about it, gonna talk about it. And even though we all know that it's all work, she is I think that one, this last tweet was a shoot when she talked about her being unsafe. Like, anytime you talk about a wrestler being unsafe in the ring, that's harsh, and that can really hurt somebody's career. So I think that's why she erased it. I think she knew she went a little bit too far, because this is a work. But, you know, I think it helped build to the mystique of this match. So, you know, we see Mandy Rose come out with Sonya Deville, which we know made a big part in Money in the Bank. I mean, Money in the Bank, Sonya Deville damn near won it from Mandy Rose. So, yeah, she
pushed off that letter by Bailey.
Yeah. I mean, essentially, I don't know where they're gonna go with Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, but I think they're gonna have Mandy eventually maybe win the title and then kind of push Sonya away. Or Sonya get tired of Mandy's stuff and then just whoop her butt, and then Sonya become a face or whatever. I don't know. But let's get into the match, man. Let's get into the match.
Yeah, this match, Mandy Rose and Carmella, this ended up being a no contest. Carmella dragged Sonya Deville into the match. Sonya Deville tried to interfere. Carmella dragged Sonya Deville into the ring, so it was 2-on-1 for a moment. Then, and because R-Truth was outside of the ring with the 24/7 belt, a bunch of mid-card guys came out to the ring chasing after R-Truth. So, R-Truth had to flee ringside.
Yeah,
from the mid-card wrestlers.
Yeah, he had Carmella on his back.
And Carmella was on his back, so the match was thrown out. So that ended up in double disqualification, no contest, or whatever. That was a no contest. So there you go. That's how that match ended.
Yeah.
So how about the next segment?
Yeah. So after that, we see Kayla Braxton, I believe her name is, interviewing the woman Bailey, and she was asking about her win on Sunday, and she was saying how Bailey the Hugger's gone and everything like that. It was a pretty weak interview. Whatever. I think that was pretty much the only low point in the ring, because Bailey isn't the world's best mic worker. I still always gonna see her as the too positive hugger person until she acts a fool. I really can't see past that. But then we see Carmella and R-Truth running backstage, and they end up running into the women's locker room, which was funny. We hear screams and everything, and then they come running back out, and whatnot. And so that was pretty funny.
And next came the Kofi Kingston Sami Zayn match.
Yeah, that was a great match. That was really good. I mean, it was a pretty quick match, but all in all, back and forth.
And right before the match took place, Big E was attacked in the locker room by Kevin Owens.
Yeah. So.
And Kofi Kingston came to the ring pretty upset about the attack, and Sami Zayn came to the ring with a big smile on his face. And Kofi Kingston went to town on Sami Zayn, and it was a back and forth match, and Kofi Kingston got the win with the Trouble in Paradise. And then after the match,
Paul Heyman shows up. Yeah, Paul Heyman shows up
with the Money in the Bank briefcase, and everybody thought that Brock Lesnar may cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase.
But you know what? I knew he wasn't going to. I knew he wasn't going to show up, though. You know, he's not. I don't think he feels like SmackDown's a big enough show for him. I think he's only going to just be Raw. I think he's just only going to.
It's obvious. Raw. Yeah, because it's obvious that that Brock wasn't there.
Yeah. Well, he might have snuck up behind him. I wouldn't put it past him doing a sneak behind. I mean, it's not the first time he hasn't, but I just don't see him appearing on SmackDown. I just think that if he's gonna do anything, he's gonna do Raw. Just because the show is a quote unquote the A show, even though I find, and a lot of people find, that show has lost a step or two. You know, it's kind of living on name only. I think SmackDown has gone up a lot, and I personally think SmackDown has overtaken Raw. Can I say that it has in the ratings? I don't know. I don't follow any of that stuff, but
SmackDown's ratings continue to grow while Raw ratings continue to drop.
Well, and I think that maybe Raw should take a look at what SmackDown is doing to maybe get their ratings up. I think that they're doing a lot more wrestling. They're doing a lot less talking. They're giving more people chances on SmackDown than they are on Raw. So, but as you were saying, Brock Lesnar wasn't there. We got to jump in by.
That wasn't a surprise. Yeah. That wasn't the surprise. But the fans got another surprise.
Yeah, we
got another surprise, and it was somebody else that showed up that has a Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler showed up and beat the hell out of Kofi. He beat the whole mess out of him. Like what?
Yes, he beat the mess out of him. He beat him up so bad that Kofi Kingston almost had to be taken out on a stretcher.
Actually, he was taken out on a stretcher, man. He was taken out all the way up into the top of the ramp, and then he got off on his own accord. Yeah, but man, I mean, that was a devastating beating, man. Like, he put his neck in a chair and stomped it. I mean, that was horrible. That was a horrible beating. I mean, and that was just like, like, you can be a heel. I don't mind that, but I don't like seeing when somebody puts somebody's career in risk. Like, that's like I know it's all a work, but still, I don't like seeing that type of work to where somebody is possibly trying to physically hurt somebody and take them out. I don't like that. I think there's another way to be a heel. Sure, attack them from behind, but don't try to end a person's career. You know what I mean? Like, by putting the chair around the neck and stomping, all shit could have kinds of gone wrong with that, even if you didn't mean it. I just don't like those kind of comebacks to make a heel comeback. I really think there's so many other ways to do it, but that's WWE for you and their booking, so that's whatever.
And this has already set up a match between Kofi Kingston and Dolph Ziggler at Super Showdown. They're already going to have a match in 2 weeks, from Friday.
Really? Did they say that? I didn't hear that.
That's, I believe that's what I heard Dolph Ziggler say. He already challenged him.
Oh, okay. Because I know that when they came back, Dolph Ziggler was getting interviewed, and he said he would talk about it up at the stage, and he talked about why he did what he did, and it's pretty much all just jealousy. Saying that, Kofi came back and he was happy for Kofi and his accomplishments, and he did everything, but he said it should have been him, and all he did was sit at home, and so I think it was just a jealousy issue, and that's how they're playing this out. So
yeah, he said he's going to win the title at Super Showdown.
oh, okay. I guess I didn't hear that part. But next we get the women's match. We get Lacey Evans and Charlotte Flair versus Becky and Bayley. And that, again, another awesome match between the ladies. And I am a big fan of the ladies. I think that they are just killing it in this. I don't even want to call it women's revolution anymore because they've done surpassed the men. I want to call it what it is. I just want to call it women's wrestling, whatever. Wrestling, they've just done past the men. I mean, just back and forth match, spot after spot, just awesome match all around.
It was a solid tag team match.
Yeah, I mean, back and forth. And when it came down to it, Becky got the pin over Charlotte for the second time in the second time in a row. So it looks like that's probably, well, they're not going to get a match in Saudi Arabia, but I know that's leading up to another match. So after we get that, we see R-Truth and Carmella running back through again, and we get Curtis Axel and Bo. They stop them, and they try to fight over getting the pin, which gives R-Truth a chance to get away, and they run off, and that's the last time we see them. Then we get Roman Reigns. We get the main event: Roman Reigns and Elias with Shane in the corner.
So R-Truth, before we get to Roman Reigns and Elias, R-Truth escapes the evening with the 24/7 title. So the 24/7 title does not change hands. R-Truth is still the 24/7 champion.
Yeah. But now we go to the main event: Roman Reigns and Elias versus Roman Reigns versus Elias with Shane McMahon, and that was actually a pretty exciting match. Now, as much as I do not like Elias, I do like his wrestling, and I think he's really underrated. I think that he really is. He's just a really all-around solid wrestler. And Roman Reigns is Roman Reigns. He's gonna have the same set move, but he looks good doing it. He makes other wrestlers look good, and I think that I honestly wouldn't mind seeing these guys wrestle again. But
this was a good short match.
Yeah, I don't think that they need to have long matches. I think with the Roman Reigns match, they don't need to go extremely long because it depends on who he's working, really. But if he's working another big guy like Elias, they don't need to go long. They just need to be nice, good, powerful move. Maybe some good technical wrestling. Well, maybe not technical, but just some good wrestling in there. And then, finish, and then we're good to go. Bam, go home. That's how I think of it. And then after the match is over, Roman gets the pin, and then Shane tries to attack Roman, and then Roman turns it around, but then we get another little surprise, which I was thinking, I was like, wait a minute, Raw still has another person that can come in, and then boom, right as I was just about to say something,
Drew McIntyre
pops in with the what was it called?
He popped him with the Claymore.
Yeah, hit him with a Claymore kick. Just, bam, right out of the blue as SmackDown's going off. And I was just like, man, I knew it. SmackDown still has somebody else. I was thinking it'd be cool if Rollins came in to help out, his Shield brother. But nope, it was Drew McIntyre. But I was calling. I was like, SmackDown still has another spot open. But yeah, that was a good show, man, and I'm really excited. I get excited after watching SmackDown. because it just like it's such a good show that it just invigorates me to want to wrestle. I know I can't wrestle anymore, and I haven't been able to wrestle for many years now. But watching a show like this really inspires me to want to go back to wrestling, and it's just great. I love it. Hell, if we got a show coming here in June, and I wasn't able to get tickets because I overslept past the time to get the tickets, and now any ones that I can get singly on the floor, whatever, are super crazy expensive, and I'm not paying that, so I'll just watch the pay-per-view from home, which is going to suck because they're right outside my house. Like, they're literally going to be right outside my house for the pay-per-view here in Tacoma. So it is what it is. But yeah, like I said, all around great show. Super, and as long as this belt's on R-Truth, I'm liking this belt. I didn't think I was gonna like it. I did not think I was gonna like it, but as long as they keep it on R-Truth, I'll like it. Second they take it off, I'm not gonna like it no more. Yeah.
Well, maybe he'll keep it for a while, but yeah, it's been a good overall show tonight.
Yeah, I think Raw needs to take some notes because Smackdown's the new king of wrestling as far as I'm concerned. SmackDown's number one, Raw's the B show, as they like to say.
Yeah, definitely the B show, the longer show.
Yeah. Well, I think that maybe what's Raw's problem is maybe it's the 3 hours, which is too long. But I mean, I don't know. I do remember when it was 2 hours long back years and years and years ago. I always remember wanting it to be more because I couldn't get enough of wrestling. Now,
yeah, that's true.
But they're not running a show to me wanting to want more. So maybe they'll get back there one day. I don't know. Maybe Triple H will take over and it'll be that way again. But I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, man. So it looks like that's our show's coming to an end. Is there anything you got left to say there, King Golden?
I think that's a wrap.
All right, man. Well, I would like to thank you all for coming out tonight, and we will see you next episode. This your boy Big Papa Trav.
I'm King Golden,
and we'll see you when we see you. Peace.